Now today we will discuss something about the spectrometer. Now this device is known as spectrometer. Now first of all we will go through the different parts of spectrometer. This is the base of spectrometer having three supports. One is the fixed support at this end, and these two supports are in the form of two screws, correct? This is one screw, this is another screw. These screws are for leveling of base of the spectrometer. Now this is the telescope of spectrometer. This is telescope, correct? It can be rotated about the axis of spectrometer. This is the collimator which is attached to base of the spectrometer. It is fixed. It is attached to the base of spectrometer. On this rotating telescope base, this is base of telescope, there is main scale for reading. If you go through the main scale, then we will see the main scale on the inside the window. This is the main scale, correct, on which the markings are of angle. This is 20 degree, 30 degree and so on. The another scale is the vernier scale, which is attached to the prism table. Now this is known as prism table, again which rotates about the common axis. Now this part is the part of prism table on which we will have to keep either the prism or the grating or the single slit, etc. And now we can move this in up and down direction, and I can make it firm by rotating this screw. Now what is the role of collimator? To the one end of the collimator there is adjustable slit. There is a single slit which can be adjusted. Here it is a screw for adjustment of the single slit. The slit is exposed to either monochromatic light, that is yellow light, or the white light. Now in this case it is white light. At a distance f of this focal length there is a lens, and therefore collimator gives us the set of parallel light, correct? It gives us the set of parallel light moving towards the center of entire arrangement. What is the role of telescope? Again in the telescope there is a lens at one end, and to the other end of the telescope there is eyepiece. Okay, now this is the eyepiece of telescope. The telescope has to collect the parallel light and prepare the image of the slit, this slit, at the position of cross wire inside the eyepiece. Therefore, overall arrangement is something like this. There is a slit. The slit is illuminated by the light. The light coming from the slit passes through the lens, and a set of parallel light is prepared or allowed to pass through the prism or grating, etc. Then the set of parallel light is collected together, and an image of the slit is produced at the position of cross wire. We can observe the cross wire and the image simultaneously, because there is no parallax between image and the cross wire.
3, 2, 1, sir.
Okay. Now as a preliminary adjustment, what we have to do, there are two adjustments. One for the rough adjustment for parallel light. The light coming from the collimator should be parallel light. This is first adjustment. And the second adjustment is the rough leveling of prism table. Now for the leveling, we will have to use the spirit level. Now we can observe a bubble inside the spirit level. This is the bubble. When the bubble is in between these two marks, lines, then it is in proper level, horizontal level. Now, first of all, I will make the base of prism table in proper level by adjusting these two screws. Yes, now it is fortunately in proper level. Then I will make the prism table leveled. Okay, now see here, I can see that this bubble is slightly towards this direction, and therefore I will have to lower this end of this side of the prism table. Therefore I will lower this by adjusting the screw. Okay, I will have to lower this, making the screw tight. Okay, fine. Then I will keep the prism spirit level like this. Okay, it is fine, it is at the center. I will keep it something like this. Again, it is at the center. This indicates that now the prism table is in horizontal level. Now I will make the rough adjustment for parallel light. For the same, I will have to focus some distant object through the telescope. Therefore, I am observing the door of room number 2. Classroom number 2, and I am focusing this by adjusting the length of telescope cylinder, that means this particular screw. Okay, now I have focus on the door of classroom number 2. It is sufficiently away from me, and therefore telescope is roughly ready to collect the parallel light. Now why it is parallel? Because the door or that object is sufficiently away from the telescope as compared to size of the telescope, and therefore the light coming from the door is almost parallel, and telescope is focusing the door at the position of crosswire, and hence the telescope is ready to collect the light from infinity, that is parallel light. Now I will bring the telescope in front of collimator. Okay, and I will adjust the position of slit in the collimator from the collimating lens. Therefore I will have to adjust this screw for the clear image of the slit through telescope. Correct? I am adjusting the slit. Yes, now I can adjust the clear image of the slit. Means the light coming from the collimator is parallel. Why it is parallel? Because telescope is focusing on the object which is at infinity, that is parallel light, and I can observe the slit clearly, means slit is effectively at infinity, that is the light emerging from the collimator is parallel. Now next step, I will adjust the width of the slit. The slit should be very small, it should be narrow, and therefore I am adjusting width of the slit. I am making the slit fine and as small as possible. Correct? Yes, this is fine slit. Now I don't know whether you will be able to observe the slit in the video, but we will try. We will bring the mobile in front of this telescope, and we will check whether it is possible to observe the fine image of the slit through the mobile. Please bring it here and check whether it is possible. One minute, we will check. Yes, this is the fine slit. Now in case of this video or through the mobile, you may not be see it clearly, but you will get the idea. Okay. This indicates that now the prism table is in horizontal level. Roughly the collimator is preparing set of parallel light, and telescope is ready to collect the parallel light to produce the image of the object, that is slit.